Hello again. The Australian Conservation Foundation has ranked Port Kembla among some of the country's worst polluters. Over the past year, the suburb deposited 13 million kilograms of pollution into the atmosphere. Port Kembla Milling and the Steelworks have been blamed as two of the biggest contributors. Muswellbrook in the Hunter region was ranked as the heaviest polluter in the state. The Eden coastline was hounded by winds today, with gale force warning placed across the region. The wild weather is expected to ease slightly tomorrow, with the wind warnings downgraded to strong. And a well-loved GP has been named as the Eurobadella's 2022 local hero. Dr. Jenny Munro was honoured for her almost 50 years of medical service in the Narooma community. Her Lighthouse Foundation has also helped provide scholarships to local students wanting to study medicine. She called the honour shocking, but said it is the love of her work that keeps her pushing to help others. Heading for a top of 17 in Bega tomorrow, more soon. Hello again. There have been major headaches for local commuters this morning, with V-Line trains brought to a standstill. The services were back on track within an hour and a half, but the damage was done. Angry locals reporting significant delays throughout the afternoon. V-Line has blamed a communication fault between the control centre and the drivers for the chaos. Police have arrested 3 motorcyclists caught on camera terrorising Ballarat streets and putting lives at risk. The men have been charged with a string of offences, including recklessly endangering life, as part of a major police crackdown on hoons. And the date has been set for the return of Sovereign Hills Winter Wonderlights. The historic site will offer a full program of activities and treats during the day, with the streetscapes transformed with a music and light display when the sun goes down. It kicks off from the 25th of June and bookings are essential. Heading for a top of 16 in Haywood tomorrow, we'll have more news soon. Hello again. There have been major headaches for local commuters this morning, with V-Line trains brought to a standstill. The services were back on track within an hour and a half, but the damage was already done. Angry locals reporting significant delays throughout the afternoon. V-Line has blamed a communication fault between the control centre and the drivers for the chaos. A driver has been flown to hospital with life-threatening injuries after his car ran off the road and into a dry creek bed north of Bendigo. The crash prompted a huge multi-agency response, with CFA volunteers leading the hours-long operation to free the man from his vehicle. Police are now investigating. And more support is being offered for Central Victorians living with an eating disorder. The $20 million funding from the state government will boost the team of doctors, nurses, psychologists and dietitians working in the Bendigo Health Services. Heading for a top of 15 in Canberra tomorrow, Bendigo will be a fine and 16 degrees. Hello again. The snow season is set to get underway on the 11th of June after the first real dumping of the year. Thredbo woke to 5 centimetres of fresh snow blanketing the mountains, creating these beautiful scenes. Perisher had 5 centimetres overnight as well, and it was still falling into the morning. If La Nina sticks around, matched with the cold temperatures, the resorts are hopeful of an above-average snowfall this season. ACT Police is seeking witnesses to an alleged assault in April. A man is accused of approaching several people around 6 a.m. on Sunday the 10th outside Pearl Hotel. Police say there was an argument between 2 men where the knife was drawn. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers. And Canberra United has announced its new coach for the Liberty Women's A-League. Ngosh Popovic was assistant coach from September 2015 to March 2017. It'll be 14 degrees and sunny in Belconnen tomorrow. We'll have more news coming up for you very soon. Hello again. Southeast commuters have felt the pressure this morning after V-Line rail services were suspended. The train stopped for around an hour and a half, with the company blaming communication faults. Despite the issue being fixed in an hour and a half, significant delays were experienced throughout the region across the day. Local police are urging drivers to take care on our roads, as pedestrian deaths have doubled this year. Statewide, 15 pedestrians have lost their lives, with 96 total fatalities on the roads. Out of those fatalities, 4 are from Gippsland, including a 19-year-old driver in Benna. And Raymond Island Jetty is in for a revamp. The state government has announced the jetty will receive part of the $18 million in funding to provide updates. The Minister for Ports and Freights, Melissa Horne, says this investment will ensure locals can continue to get the most out of the jetty, and it can be enjoyed for decades to come. We'll have more news coming up soon. Hello again. A new public inquiry will be held into the conviction of Kathleen Phoebe over the deaths of her 4 children in the Hunter. New scientific evidence suggests 2 of her children could have died from a genetic mutation. Phoebe's legal team and 90 medical and scientific leaders have been pushing for a pardon, but the state's Attorney General says that wouldn't be appropriate. A unit in Muswellbrook has been damaged by fire overnight. Emergency services arrived to find the unit on Tyndale Street well alight. A 41-year-old woman was assessed for smoke inhalation, however declined hospital treatment. Police are treating the cause of the blaze as suspicious. And missing boy AJ has been reunited with his rescuers after going missing for 3 days in bushland. The now 4-year-old vanished from his Putty Road home in September last year. New South Wales volunteer Bluey was the first person to reach AJ in the stream. He was told at the reunion AJ's first word was his name.